Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on the channel Martin Hillman. He's 17 wins with 7 defeats with 2 wins by knockout, and he's fighting the fight's next week, and he's back at Tolworth Recreation Centre, the Dean White show, and he's boxing Adam Yahaya over 8 rounds. And Adam Yahaya is 23 wins, 13 defeats with two draws. And yeah, how have you been, Martin?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Good to be back on the channel as well and chat to you. Looking forward to fighting next week, mate. I've just been flat out working, training, and all that other fun stuff, really, mate.
Yeah. And I mean your last fight, you fought in March, and you not only made a successful defense of your UBO title, you won another title as well. So now you've got 2 straps.
It was a great experience traveling out to Africa, to Ghana to fight. Um, I think any ambitious boxer out there wants to win titles. They're not world titles or nothing like that, but they're recognised pro belts, and I'm very proud of them. So, yeah, it was an amazing time, amazing experience going out there, and best thing I've done really.
You've got a nice little army out there by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I've got where I'm a big West Ham fan and a season ticket holder. There's a West Ham supporters club, an official supporters club in Ghana, and they all come out to support me. So believe it or not, I actually sold tickets in Africa, believe it or not.
See, you not only you've got fans in the UK, you've got fans in Africa as well.
Yeah, imagine that. Who would have thought?
Yeah. And you would have thought they would all be behind your opponent as he's, from that sort of area, but no, the majority were behind you.
Yeah,
So
yeah, like I said,
you sort of took over in a way.
yeah, amazingly. It was just me and my dad who went out there, no big team, nothing like that. And just found them on Instagram by chance, messaged them, and a load of them to me, walked me to the ring. Couldn't help me enough. I can just say big up the Ghanaian Hammers. They're brilliant. So they really helped me out there.
Hmm. And you got the win by unanimous decision, 98, 94, 96, 94 twice. And I thought maybe the 97, 94 probably would be fair.
Yeah, I'd say that was about fair. Yeah, I feel I definitely clearly won it.
Yeah.
It was really tough in that heat. It was like I'm not used to that kind of heat. It was unbelievable
It
and
was in a
affected me.
stadium as well. How was that?
Amazing. Best arena I've ever fought in by far. It was a open air stadium, thousands of people, and best arena I've been. So I'm really like happy to have done that in my career because not everyone can say they box in the stadium.
Yeah, exactly that. And you've completed that, and you came home with a new shiny belt and your the
And my
UBO as well.
existing belt. Yeah, exactly that. So
First defense of it, that one.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So I'm proud to still have that belt. And this fight is just an eight rounder against a live opponent, someone who's going to try and win. I feel confident of beating him, but I wanted to fight someone with a winning record who's going to come and try and win and hopefully set me up for something else big.
Yeah, I mean, you said to me off camera you didn't want, with you didn't want no journeyman. You wanted a real fight, somebody who's gonna give it a good go, and you've got a decent opponent in Adam Yahaya. Um, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what it is, it's no disrespect to journeymen because they're actually very good fighters despite their
yeah,
record,
they
as
are.
you know. And when they want to turn it on, they give anyone a good fight. So it's not to discredit a journeyman. It's just if I go and beat a journeyman, it doesn't do a lot for me with moving up and stuff. Where
Because
this
you know
fight,
your last your last four, no, three fights, sorry, has been title fights, and so you don't really want to be going back down to 6 in the 4 rounds. You want to keep your momentum.
yeah,
An 8 rounder.
yeah, exactly that, mate. I wanted to have a worthwhile fight.
And you haven't fought in an 8 rounder since 2018, I think.
No, you're right. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've done the 8 rounders. I think I've done two in my career only. So yeah, it's still a longer distance. It's a different fight from a 4 or a 6 rounder. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge, to be honest with you.
What do you know about your opponent? Of course, he's fought Alfie Clegg and Jack Turner. His last 4 fights have been in the UK. He's also fought Harvey Horn as well.
Yeah, uh, Alfie beat him on points. Who's now off world champion and unbeaten. He with Frank, who's was British and I think Commonwealth champion as well. Um, so he's well travelled and well schooled, like well experienced. So he's gonna know what he's doing in there. And what I've seen, he's a southpaw and he comes to fight. Exactly what I want.
He's got
Um,
12 KOs as well from his 23 wins.
yeah, which in the smaller weights is quite impressive, I think. I wish
Yeah.
I had that many KOs, mate. I always have to go the distance. But yeah, I think it's a valid opponent and I'm just solely focusing on this fight before I think about anything else really.
Have you seen him box a few times? Have you?
Yeah, I've we've looked up he boxed a kid called Mickey Talon, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Lost.
That was. I think that was his. Not his last fight. The one before.
Yeah, and he's what other fights have I've watched a couple of his fights in Africa. I watched the Alfie Clegg fight.
Alfie put him down twice.
Yeah, but I think Alfie won every round, but I think the kid kept it competitive, kept in the fight.
Mm,
Alfie was a clear winner, especially with the knockdowns.
yeah.
But I think Alfie's a high level fighter, so um, this guy ain't rubbish to go the distance, and you know.
Yeah, and he's
But
gone the distance with Tommy Frank as well, former British
mm,
and Commonwealth champ, as you said. Harvey Horn as well, who's doing quite well as well.
yeah, these are top kids, so he's no mug, he's no idiot. But I feel like if I'm gonna progress and advance onto other stuff, I need to be beating this guy.
hmm
I think that's a fair. If I can't beat this guy, I think I can't really progress.
Why is this one not for, your UBO?
Because that has to be over 10 rounds. Um, with the show being stacked out, um, there wasn't a slot for a 10-round fight on there. If not, it could have possibly been a title defense for the UBO. Yeah, but they said, look, the max we can give you is an 8-round slot because we got a Commonwealth silver title fight.
Yeah,
They've
and
got
then
another
I
eight
think
rounder.
Emmanuel Zion's boxing in 8 rounds. Alfie's got his title fight, and I believe and then the rest of the 4 rounds, I think.
Yeah.
Or one of them might be 6.
Might be a 6, and then I've got an 8, and then
There's
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 another
seven
8.
there's 7 fights, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. I think if they had like all 4 rounders on the show, they'd give me a 10 or a 12-round slot even.
Hmm.
But it is what it is.
The main thing is that you've got to fight.
Yeah, because since March, I picked up an injury on my left arm mid-fight. Obviously, with the
How
adrenaline.
did that heal? All good?
Yeah, I've tested it in sparring. Had to ease it back in, but since then, yes, I sparred today. It's fine. So,
Against Louis Smithson, wasn't it? You sparred with?
and Adam Hussein,
Hmm.
who's former. I think they said he won 7 national amateur championships. I got in there. We had a good spar, and you can see he's a well-schooled kid. So, and then Louis becoming like a renowned pro now. You know.
Yeah, he's fighting he's fought on DAZN and
Mm.
he's doing well, Louis.
Yeah, he's like being a bit of a road warrior.
Always up for a scrap though, isn't he, Louis?
Yeah, and such a nice girl, So, but yeah, that Adam is a southpaw as well, Adam Hussein, and I'm fighting a southpaw, so
Mm.
great prep. Yeah,
And of course, you're back at Tolworth where you did win that UBO as well.
yeah. I like the venue. I think Dean White, he puts on a good show, well presented.
Hmm.
So yeah, happy to be back on that and keep this roller coaster of a career of mine going. It's had so many ups and downs, but I love it.
Yeah. And have you got many people coming down to support you?
Yeah, I've got a lot I've sold a lot of tickets. I'd like to thank everyone who's bought a ticket ever in my career and supported me. There's a couple of coaches coming down, so yeah, and they're a noisy crowd and they know they're boxing, so I'm sure the atmosphere will be good.
100%. And there's lots of big ticket sellers on the card as well.
Yeah. I don't know many of the lads on. I know he brings a good crowd. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a buzzing show. I mean, I've got to say, I think Dean White puts on a good show there. Like the ticket prices are very reasonable. He presents it well. He wants to put on title fights. So I'm happy to be on it.
Yeah. And
Who knows where I'm next after?
yeah, exactly that. Yeah, how did camp go? All good? And is camp finished now?
More or less, yeah. This week could just be about making sure my weight's right, do some final pad work to keep sharp and prepare for his style the best I can. And yeah, the hard work's done now, the hard training's done. So yeah.
Are you expecting him to come out all guns blazing, or you just see when you get in there he's awkward as well?
He's very awkward. I think the more experienced he's got, he's learned how to, if he gets in trouble, sort of survive more. Um, he throws a lot of hooks, comes forward with hooks to the head and body. Obviously he's a southpaw, so that's a different dynamic. But yeah, I think he's going to be shorter than me because I'm very tall for a bantamweight.
Because I think he
Uh,
fought Alfie. I think it might have been Fly or Superfly. He
yeah,
comes
so
up and down. He does. Yaha.
yeah, yeah, he does. So I think I'm going to have the height and reach. So I think he's going to attack me because he's got to get close. Surely that's just common sense, right? So I'm going to be prepared for him to come at me and yeah, hopefully take his head off.
That's the main thing.
You
And
know,
yeah, what time do you think you'll be on in the night? Do you think you'll be um towards? Of course, there's 7 fights, and there'd probably be a few intervals as well. So
Hmm.
whereabouts would you be placed on the card?
I haven't been told, but I would imagine I'm not on early. I would imagine the second half of the show. Obviously, I'm not the main event, um, but I think second half of the show. But yeah, we'll just have to see, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, mate. We're just sort of winging it and see. We'll just roll with it wherever I get put on the card.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh yeah, come to think about it, did you watch Paul Roberts's fight last night?
Ah, right. I saw that it was a very close fight. I haven't watched it. I spoke to him before the fight. I wished him the best of luck. Because he seems like a really nice guy. I don't know him, but he seems like a really decent lad. So yeah, I wanted him to win. Um, obviously come up just short.
Yeah,
But
I thought he personally just nicked it, but it was close. And
yeah,
when you go into the backyard of somebody, you're not always gonna get the
that's the problem. That's the thing that was in my mind. I thought,
and
yeah,
and there's always one judge who's just basically one judge had it so wide, you would just ask if he was actually watching the fight.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you do get that being the away fighter, unfortunately, and it was something that I thought of. Yeah, he could just win this. I think it'll be close. I predicted close, but I think Paul can win this. But whether he gets a decision in the away corner is another story, isn't it? So,
Mm. I'd like to see
but
him rematch that Derbyshire, but there is options out there for him. He's got the super flyweight Southern area and the flyweight one as well, I think.
yeah, and I guess he's vacated the silver Commonwealth.
Yeah, because Alfie's boxing for that. He fought yesterday at light because he won the Commonwealth silver at light fly.
Yeah,
But he vacated that to fight for the Commonwealth, and I believe that yeah, Alfie's boxing for the light fly Commonwealth silver.
yeah, yeah. So he's got titles in three different weights then in his career, which is
Mm.
impressive. But yeah, I'm sure there'd be I think he needs a rest after a hard 12 rounder like that. And then I think he can come back into another decent fight. And I wish him all the success.
Yeah, and got
But if
hang
he
on.
ever wants to fight me again, it's got to be up at Bantam because I can't make that super flyweight, mate.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With the bantamweight Southern area, you see Peter Merger won it against Ben Lilly. That was nearly over yeah, last month.
Mm, yeah, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, um, I think Peter Merger come down a weight to fight for that.
He did, yeah.
Um, I don't know what his plans are next. Um, we'll see. Don't know if he'll try and go for an English or something like that or defense. Be interesting.
Yeah, I mean you're in a good position as well. You've got two belts.
Yeah,
You could either defend one of those or, the southern area if it gets vacated or, but all focus on Yahaya next week. But yeah,
yeah, that's it. I mean, I think I'm in a good position as long as I win this fight.
you need to keep the position, yeah.
Yeah, because if I lose this fight, I'm out of line for anything. Um,
Mm.
so
So do
I'm
you
just
put pressure
focusing
on
on.
yourself then going into this or
I do. Yeah, yeah. I know the importance of it. Yeah, every fight's important though. But yeah, I do. But that's no problem. I thrive under pressure. So yeah, makes me sharper.
good to hear? Sometimes, when you put the pressure on yourself, you actually perform better.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've put the pressure on myself. I've taken him seriously training wise. So prepared the best I can. So I just want to put in a really good performance, really entertaining performance, hopefully, for everyone to support and get the win and yeah, move on up. That's the plan.
Yeah, it's eight rounds. How do you feel, from, going to a 10 round to an 8 rounder? Does that sort of when you're training for a fight, does that does the training change?
Um, to be honest, um, I've prepared almost same as if I was doing 10 rounds because if it's a really hard pace fight, then I've got the extra stamina there, so hasn't changed much from what I done last time. I think last time I sparred more 10 rounders. That's about the only change. But yeah, that's about it really. Not a lot of difference. Still doing 10 rounds hard on the pads and stuff for this fight, and yeah.
Do you know, for people who can't make it, if there's like a stream? Because when you fought last time on the Dim White show, your fight was streamed on their YouTube, and sometimes they do it on a different platform. Do you know if it's streamed on
I
anywhere?
believe it'll be. I don't have a link, or as I get details, I'm going to release it out on all my social medias, so people have got the opportunity who can't get there to see it online if they want to, So I believe all his shows are live streamed, but if it is, I'll put it out there. Hopefully
Mhm.
it is.
Yeah. And final prediction from yourself?
It's a Team Hillman win all the way, mate. It's a team. I'm not into one of these. I'm not one of these guys who goes like, I'll knock him out in this round or that round or whatever. But it's a win is coming home and celebration after, and then I'll see where I go from there. Really, who knows?
100%. And yeah, before I let you go, as always, do you want to thank the usual people, your team, anyone?
I want to thank firstly, I've got Lloyd Campbell Consultancy, a great sponsor of mine, helped me out a lot. You'll see him on all my fight t-shirts and stuff and shorts. The JMS Boxing Podcast, um, and Artisan Design and Build. Those are three very good sponsors that I've got that really help me out. Everyone who buys tickets off me and who has ever bought tickets off me, thank you very much. And yeah, my whole training and management team, thank you very much. That's all I can say. I couldn't do it without all those people. So I'm a lucky man, really.
And from me, as always, big thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week at the fight.
I'll see you there, mate. I look forward to catching up with you after.
100%, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. All right. See you
Bye.
later, mate.